combing through my archive in the attempts of getting my book together. And it's just one of those days when you come up on pictures that are just a portal to a version of yourself that no longer exists. And I guess it's made me really grateful that this process has been happening in the way that it's happening. There's been so much growth that's transpired that looking at, well, right now, today I've been going through self-portraits, I think from 2022, and looking at it, it's nice to have separation from the work. And what I'm realizing is it's not even so much about the time, although that could be a factor, but like, what is time? I think it's really about just having a certain resonance in my body and my awareness now that has created this like separation from parts of my work, or parts of myself, that's created the ability to look at myself, do these self-portraits, and also feel like I'm not looking at myself. I don't feel this attachment in a way where it's like trying to preserve some type of identity. I'm in a space where if there's anything that's I'm trying to preserve, it's to be a steward of my own evolution. And so that requires a certain type of honesty or directness, grace, but also separation, so that it doesn't feel so personal. And I think that's what's been beautiful about some of the growth that's been happening, is that the self-portraits are interesting because it's easy. It's like the low-hanging fruit to consider them to be about the body and the so-called self. But where I'm at in my awareness today, the body's just a vessel. Like, who I am is not what a viewer might perceive me to be. Like, I use the body to be here and to have experiences on this planet. But like, who I am and who I actually am is not that person. And so to have went through so much of my artistic life and just my life in general, identifying with the body, and to have had an awakening and understanding that's beyond the words that we use to communicate. It's very clear that my nature is far more grand. My nature is far more nuanced than being confined to the physical flesh. So the body is actually turned into this incredible like artistic tool, because it's like you go through life and you have all of these experiences and you think all of these things that you experience are happening to you. You know, people are misunderstanding you, that people are being mean towards you. The crudeness is to you. And the reality of that can feel direct, but it's really this like unconsciousness that's happening in space and time. And I've made a lot of work in that kind of interesting kind of liminal space where I have always felt this huge expansion, but never really had the kind of language or the girth to allow that to be. It's like it's taken a lot of work, a lot of investigation, a lot of questioning, a lot of aloneness, a lot of meditation to get at what that unnameable thing is that I felt ever since I was a kid. So to have this body of work, I mean, yeah, to have specifically these self-portraits, the self-portraits that are where I'm photographing myself in this experience, to have lived through so much kind of like amnesia in a way, and to make art of said experience, and to now just be in a place that is very different, in my humble opinion. It's quite beautiful and fascinating, and for all the years that I struggled with trying to put this work together, try to figure out how to publish it and how to compartmentalize it and package it, it makes sense that all of that was a struggle, and now the energy flows, because it's almost like it's taking time for me to get out of my own way, but to also get out of the way of the art, of the work, so that I'm in a place where I can honor the work and be a conduit for the work, and not have this messy closeness of thinking that it's personal, or that I need to own, but to be a steward of a transmission of a certain time and space. So yeah, it's a process. I'm working through it. I'm but I'm in a beautiful place when it comes to it. The most beautiful place I've been thus far, and it's only continuing to evolve and expand, and to be in a space to let that flow, because I think that's the other part of it is that
Oh my god. All right. Yeah.
it's knowing that it's not something to be confined in a certain type of way is liberating, because that means just in the flow of trusting what's unveiling and what the energy is saying, what my body is saying, how I am communicating and working with my editor. All of this is a conduit, and once the energy's ready for that kind of thing to happen, it'll happen, and I guess that's what's happening now. So I'm at Maria Hernandez. I think I'm gonna try to find a little quiet spot, play my flute. I've had this flute for maybe about 4 days now. I don't even think so much about playing the flute as I think about just my breath, becoming one with the object, with my breath, with my body. It's almost more like just feeling into a prayer, a presence, a way of being. It's not a performance. It's not a role to play. It's like, it's a presence to dissolve into, and especially being in the West, and kind of just thinking about, I don't know, we have a lot of rules over here, supposedly, and a lot of schools and a lot of ways of doing things, and it's nice to just pick up this beautiful native instrument and just play from my soul and kind of figure out what my breath wants to do, what my hands want to do, and not really in a place of thinking about doing it right or becoming something or taking classes. I think it's just nice to just be and allow myself that kind of freedom.